Regarding fire, I think if we're talking about public safety, we put Engine 8 back on the road. We've enhanced a number of the fire departments using our own resources as far as living conditions. We're in the process of buying now, through free cash, a new ladder truck, which is desperately needed, a new engine, which is desperately needed, a new all-terrain vehicle, which is desperately needed by the department. We'll also be putting on safety equipment, which is very important. Regarding, again, public safety, our emergency medical services, I know that we run 3 ambulances. We're working very hard to try and come up with the money to run a 4th so we can protect the entire city appropriately. I can also tell you, though, that we have put on some real life-saving equipment over the last year to enhance the medical care that people get when our paramedics get to the scene and as they're transported to the hospital. We were just talking about this auto pulse cardiac pump system that evidently has been very, very effective at, in essence, providing mechanical CPR to make sure that our residents get the finest care and that their circulation continues if they've had a cardiac incident. So I think we're very, very concerned about providing a governmental service that keeps our city safe. As far as education goes, I know our school system is working very hard to become a great urban school system, and it requires an awful lot of time and effort. Our teachers are working very hard, our administrators. We've been receiving a number of accolades from the Department of Education. We of the 9 urban districts in our state, we were the only one that had improvements in math across the board. We just received a major grant for enhanced reading in our grammar schools. We were able to open up a Keith Junior High that there were questions as to whether or not it could ever be opened up because of the site it was chosen to be built on, as well as questions regarding the remediation that was done, questions regarding the building. That school now has been open almost a year. We monitor it each month. The numbers from the standpoint of environmental safety are coming in very well, and then more importantly, I was able to work out an arrangement with the Mass School Building Authority through the Treasurer's Office, Tim Cahill, the Governor's Office, the state legislators that we have that represent us, and then the City Council eventually to get a complete bailout from the state using the SBA money that the city had been previously earmarked for to help pay for Keith. So that was going to be a catastrophe from a taxpayer standpoint that we're able to pay for with 90% money. Regarding taxes, last year we were able to bring the tax rate down. I hope to continue to either keep it stable or bring it down. I know that we have done many things to cut the costs in government, competitive bidding in the school bus contract, competitive bidding in the health insurance contract have helped save, I think, appreciable money. We have a very, very vigorous tax collection legal office, which is out there every day, having people who haven't paid their taxes pay them, and if they don't pay them, then we're taking the properties and we'll put them back into circulation through auctions or through requests for proposals. That'll clean up neighborhoods. That'll bring more money in to the city. That will again help lessen the burden on the taxpayers. The other thing that's very significant is it took 13 months, took a great deal of hard work by all the financial people in the city, but we were able for the first time in 37 years to get our tax rate, our bond rating up, which saves a tremendous amount of money for our taxpayers. The first bond that we put out last spring saved the city $200,000 in interest. We're about to go out again now to in a sense refinance some bonds, which is going to save the city in interest approximately $600,000. I am doing everything I can to safeguard our taxpayers' dollars and to get a bigger bang for a dollar. I brought back an electric department within the city, which saves us money from subcontracting out and also gives us complete control over the ability to do electrical work, change lights and city lights, reconstruct poles or anything if they go down, and we can do it very, very quickly and much more cheaply than when we were out subcontracting. I also brought back the city's involvement in garbage collection. We put 3 garbage trucks back on the road. Those garbage trucks were things that we had mothballed, basically pieces of trucks. Our city yard was able to reconstruct them very quickly. It gives us the ability not only to go out and enhance our recycling effort regarding cardboard, Our recycling's up 25% this year throughout the city. That's a savings for us because we get paid for that. And I think homegrown is very important. I think there are a lot of things that the city government can do very, very well. The water pressure project up in the North End is a perfect example of that. The city DPI department is up there doing a project that would have cost anywhere from 12 to 15 million. It's going to cost us somewhere under 2. That will save these taxpayers anywhere from 10, $12 million. It's something that we're working very, very hard to figure out creative ways to use our resources to provide for this city, and do it in a way which is very frugal. The downtown police station is another perfect example. That's a multi-million-dollar police station now that we did, basically with city labor and buying about $30,000 worth of equipment that we needed. And that is a building that we own. We don't have to rent it. We didn't have to buy it. We didn't have to build it. We rehabbed it. And it was a completely underutilized office that now provides a downtown police station for the first time in a decade. I've been able to accomplish the collective bargaining negotiations and brought them to a success where they've been stale-marked for years under the former administration. What I'm looking for is normalcy, a regular feel in this city where people feel we have a big city with a small-town flavor, and that everyone feels that they're connected and that everyone values their neighborhoods. And that's what I've been trying to do. And hopefully I've made some attempt to convey that to the general public. I think people feel that the city's moving in the right direction. And I can, maybe if I go change into a suit and tie, I can give you a list a mile long of things that are accomplished on a day-to-day basis, whether it's potholes, whether it's lining streets, whether it's sidewalk repair, whether it's trees, whether it's crosswalks, where we've just gone at it day in, day out, trying to enhance the appearance of this city. Operation Clean Sweep is a perfect example of bringing people together with pride in their city to clean up this city. Do they clean up the city? They do, well, in the areas they work. But do they set an example, a fantastic example for everyone in the city? Absolutely, and that's the purpose of it. So a lot of great things have been going on, I think, in the city of New Bedford. But, the people who live in the city of New Bedford may, in fact, have a better feel for it than I do. And there's two things I want to say about that. One is, if there are things we're missing, if there are things we have to continue to work on, I'd love to hear from them. Point by point, I'd love to hear from them because we'll get right at it. In addition, I want them to get out there, tell their friends, their neighbors, their relatives from out of town, come to New Bedford, visit New Bedford. We've worked very hard on the tourism industry, on the creative economy. Come in, enjoy New Bedford, enjoy a restaurant, enjoy one of our shows at the Zeitarian or one of our great events, and spread the word. We want to build a great city, and we want to attract great people into the city. So I think we're on the right track, and I'm very pleased with the first 22 months of office.